It's the final practice session ahead of the Le Mans 24-hour race in 2023. 60 minutes is all the teams and drivers get to finesse their cars for night running as well. We've had Hyperpole and now we come into the main business. Hello everybody, good evening to you around the world. Welcome to Le Mans. Alongside me in the commentary box is Adam Embridge. Josh T is down in the pit lane as well. Explained why his camera is off. Hi Adam, here we are then. First of all, great to see you. You told us in the break it's, was it National Best Friends Day, so happy National Best Friends Day. Well, what a sight. Ferrari on pole position at Le Mans. It's like it's 1960s all over again. What's your reaction to what we've seen so far at Le Mans, and welcome to the com box.
Thanks Josh, it's always a pleasure to come join you guys for whatever race you guys have on, and it's really cool to see Ferrari on the pole, beating the really good Toyota Gazoo Racing team. You know, that number 7 car with Mike Conway, Kamui Kobayashi, and Jose Maria Lopez is a really good car. But to see Ferrari on the pole, is exciting. Really, really exciting. Now we'll see how they do around the clock for 24 hours.
Taking a 1-2 into the session as well. Josh T's down in the pits. Work going on at the number 7 Toyotas after it was in Hyperpole. They're going to get it out there to do a couple of laps. But Josh, Hyperpole was fun. Practice 3 though this morning. My God, did it drag. That was worse than doing a 8-hour day in Indy 500 with no one going out on the track. We had action, but nobody was actually doing anything. It was all just sort of coax your car around for 3 hours so you don't damage it for Hyperpole. Now in this hour, hopefully we're going to see some fast running.
Yeah, it really was. Hello everybody. It was a little bit like you would be more entertained watching paint dry or playing with blue tack or something like that. It just dragged and dragged and dragged and dragged. We had a couple of cars at the end of the pit lane already. We are 3 minutes and 45 seconds away, one of them being the number 10 of the Vector Sport LMP2.
Yeah, I'm just having a look. Let's see the press conference room. Or there's some other things coming in here up in the comms box. So just trying to take on the practice 4. Yeah, just an hour we get as well. So me, Adam, and Josh will be back in around about 4 minutes. But let's introduce our World Feed commentary team as we get ready for this session as well. And listen to them, because I think, Adam, I find that some of the American team for many a series have come in, especially from IMSA. Here they are.
Using their tyres and how effective they are, because of course, with it being a 24-hour race, you're going to run right through the night. It could also rain, of course. You don't know, the track temp will probably gradually drop down through the night, and as some of us get some sleep, others not.
You get sleep?
Of course. Even when I raced here, I still slept.
I do too. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Some drivers, like Anthony, he says he never slept during.
I bet he couldn't. But he's so wired, I bet he couldn't sleep.
Yeah, but I always got some sleep. I mean, it was catnapping. It was half an hour, and then I'd wake up in a bit of a start, and I'm like, all right, oh, look at my watch. Okay, back to sleep again. But I would always sleep.
Yeah, I was kind of one of those guys that, dozed. You know when sometimes you're on an aeroplane and you're aware of everything going on around you, but you're kind of resting, your body's shut down, you're resting, and kind of doing, I kind of did that a little bit, occasionally fall into a deep sleep, but it's so difficult with the adrenaline and everything that's going on around you, and of course the noise of the cars, it's quite difficult to fully relax, but yeah.
Hirakawa there.
He hasn't looked happy all weekend. Every time they've had a shot of him, he's had a scowl on his face.
Yeah.
To the point where one of the mechanics went up earlier and kind of jostled his hair, like, come on.
But it's quite.
It's not that bad.
It's quite a strange scenario that Toyota finding themselves in, because they've dominated for so long. They've always been, coming from the front, and now they find themselves in a situation where, they are under some pressure, and we have got some strong competition. So it's going to be interesting to see how they fight back from that. And I think the drivers were saying that if they come out of this event and they do win it, they'll really gain some respect because they'll have beaten some really stiff competition.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And it's the same also for the other teams, that if they can knock off the big dog, which has been Toyota, then that's just that much of a bigger feather in their cap, besides the fact that it's the first kind of full season of this new wonderful hypercar category. Hypercar, of course, the cars are designed and the rules are based on performance potential. Instead of putting a rules package together that's a measurement box, this takes in data for downforce, drag, power, and weight. And as long as you meet the data parameters that are set by the rules, how you get there is free. And
it really is, but we're all set then here for the Le Mans 24-hour final practice to begin. We'll have a 45-minute warm-up, I think, later on in the session as well. That'll be on Saturday morning. We don't run, remember, at all on Friday, but 1 hour under the lights. Let's get ready, and let's go over to Eduardo Freitas, our race director, who's going to explain some information for us.
9, 8, 7.
Here we go,
6,
the countdown to the
5,
beginning of the final session.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pit exit is open for 1 hour.
Away we go then for the final 60 minutes of the Le Mans 24-hour race. The final practice. And Adam, as the cars head out, how gorgeous do they look with the lights on and the setting sun?
Yes, Josh, there's nothing like the nighttime action at Circuit de la Sarthe, especially all the cars going down Mulsanne Straight. And speaking of cars, yesterday it was announced that Kamui Kobayashi will be driving in the NASCAR Cup Series race at the IMS Road Course. Did you guys think in 18 months we would see Kimi Räikkönen, Jenson Button, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Kamui Kobayashi all competing over here in the States? I posed this question to Ben Snyder and Matt White yesterday on Grid Live Encore. So I'll post to you guys. Who now do you want to see come and race in the NASCAR Cup Series from other forms of motorsports that haven't yet? A couple of names that they mentioned are maybe Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, or maybe even Holly Rosenberg from the WRC. I mean, I think this is kind of cool to see all these international stars coming over here. And what ponders me is there have been reports that maybe the NASCAR Cup Series could go to Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada, as soon as next year. So my question to you guys and everyone in the chat, who do you want to see compete in the NASCAR Cup Series? And
Josh, do you want to take that?
where do you want to see the NASCAR Cup Series go internationally? I mean, I'd like to see them over at maybe Silverstone or Star, or even at Donington Park or Brands Hatch or even Hockenheim. So, okay, Josh, so who do you want to see now compete in the NASCAR Cup Series that hasn't yet?
Josh T, do you want to take that? I'm in a bit of trouble.
Yeah. Ooh, what one? Ooh. There's a lot of drivers who would be good in NASCAR Cup Series, but there's also a couple of drivers which you don't want to be paired together in the same NASCAR Cup Series race. Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, cough cough. Anyway, yeah, it would be good to see those two, but they wouldn't, because they want to stay where they're good at and don't want to be ashamed of themselves being bad in NASCAR. But I'm gonna have Team L8 and Team Max Verstappen after me now, so this is the end of me. But yeah, it's really good to see that that other drivers are wanting to go for the NASCAR, and especially Kyle Larson, coming over from NASCAR to the Indianapolis 500. That's next year. So keep an eye on him. He was at the circuit at IMS, having a look at the cars and everything. So yeah, there's a lot of possibility for cars, but for drivers to go into NASCAR. SVG, really happy to see him in NASCAR, and I know you are as well, Adam. As we can see, well, I think everyone knows by your background that you are a massive supercars fan. But keep
Yep.
an eye on
And if you
SVG.
got-
But if I had
Yep.
to pick one, maybe one of the Euro NASCAR drivers going over to the NASCAR in America.
The one driver I was thinking about is, how about Scott McLaughlin and, for Team Penske on a road course? I mean,
That would be good one. That would be a good one.
yeah, it's called, you get Scott McLaughlin. How about this? Scott McLaughlin versus Shane Van Gisbergen, at a NASCAR road course. You give, that would be pretty cool to see. And as we can see, it is absolutely beautiful over there
Yeah.
at Le Mans. Right now with the sun setting, cars on track, and if you're a motorsports fan like we all are, it is an absolutely beautiful weekend. The 24 Hours of Le Mans is happening. The NASCAR Cup Series is on the road course at Sonoma, California. You've got MotoGP with the Italian Grand Prix. And the next weekend is the Canadian Grand Prix at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. And for those of you who have not been keeping up with the news, there have been a lot of wildfires up there in Canada, and the air quality has been really, really bad in the Northeast. If you look at pictures from New York City yesterday, you thought you were on Mars. But luckily, the air quality is getting a whole lot better up there. So,
Yeah.
and from all the reports that I've seen, wildfires will not affect the Canadian Grand Prix next weekend in Montreal. So,
Yeah. Well, we hope that everybody in the Canada who is affected in the Canada wildfires is all okay and keeping safe. But yeah, instead of us going to Mars, it was like Mars came to us in New York. I sent it in the comms chat yesterday for all of the commenters to have a look. Anyone who's worried about the wildfires actually get into the circuit, just remember that it is on a man-made island and it is surrounded by water, so we're all okay there, unless if fire can jump magically, which I don't think it can. But the number 93 Peugeot Total Energies of Paul di Resta currently out on track in free practice for the second and final night session.
and it looks like that car was really beautiful under the lights as they're coming up, going under the Porsche bridge. You know, this weekend is very special. It's the 100th running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. You think back.
Hello.
names that have-
Sorry, I'm having a bit of a problem at the moment. It's all sort of medics on standby. I'm going to leave this commentary with Josh T for a bit.
Yep. No
All right,
worries.
Josh T.
Well, we'll be able to handle it, me and Adam. Hope all is okay, Josh. But the number 93 of Paul di Resta currently under the Dunlop Bridge. I'm going to pause my Minecraft because I'm busy playing the 1.20 update. So we exit that and focus fully on the 24 Hours of Le Mans. But again, Adam, I don't know if you ever... How much have you been watching?
Oh, I've been watching. I've been watching a lot. Thanks to the stream that you guys have been doing over here on YouTube, and it's been it's been incredible to see all the different drivers from all different forms of motorsports coming over here. And one team that is really cool to see for me, being a NASCAR fan, is Garage 56. You know, with Hendrick Motorsports, with drivers Jimmy Johnson, Jensen Button, and Mike Rockenfeller. Kind of cool to see them, going, doing driver changes, like they would, coming in and out of the window. And now we have Tom Dillon joining us. So,
Oh, that's a car
good
going
evening,
off.
Tom.
That's 51 Ferrari.
Hope you're feeling well over there. And what's your take so far on everything that we've seen regarding the 24 Hours of Le Mans?
I'm enjoying it, Adam. Hello, everybody. Hello, Josh, as well. Struggling through it, I have to say, on the hay fever front. Those who watched yesterday knew I had to take a moment out. But other than that, we're all okay. And I've been really enjoying this event, and obviously, I am really enjoying this as well. This night practice. It's been a good week so far, hasn't it? And I suppose as well with the Ferraris being so fast in qualifying, really took everyone by surprise. I mean, I know for me at least, I thought that really it was going to be a case of Toyota were going to walk it again, no matter how slow they looked in the practice sessions. But I can call it be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, and we have someone in the chat saying Scott McLaughlin is an IndyCar driver. But we were hypothetically talking about how would it be to see Scott McLaughlin compete in NASCAR one day. So, and we also have Omi joining us. And we know Omi's a pretty happy guy about after Ferrari winning Hyperpole for the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So, Omi, can Ferrari go from pole to winning the overall of the 24 Hours of Le Mans?
Hello. Yes, I am hoping for that. I'm just currently having some ice cream, so just lovely to quickly jump in for a second. But I am hoping that Ferrari can do it. It is going to be tough. I think Toyota might be able to fight back, but we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a very long race, so it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, I think it's really cool to see Ferrari on the pole of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. At least Ferrari can say they're doing something really cool in sports cars compared to Formula One right now. But we have some onboard footage right now. It is
Right.
The sunset is really beautiful out there. So I believe we have Josh back. So
Yeah.
Josh,
Gingerly.
gingerly. All right. So
How are you, Josh?
I'm okay. It was just at the start of the session. I was doing the commentary, and when the green light went on, and all of a sudden, a massive. Long story short, a couple of years ago, I had a problem with my chest. It's something to do with the muscles at the side of my chest, and every now and then, if you get indigestion, it's really painful, and it grabs hold of you on the chest as well, and it really does, it just kills you over. So I had that at the start of the session, and I was like, couldn't move. So I quickly threw to mute, and then I had to lie on the floor of the commentary box, and I had to have mother and brother come in and help me for a few minutes as well, to sort of make sure I'm okay and bring me a drink and all that lot, and just leave me for a few minutes, make sure I was all right. But yes, I'm okay. I'm perfectly okay now. Just it's the indigestion just gets moved around the chest cavity, and because of the muscle, it just really hurts. It feels like you're almost being how to describe it? It feels like you are being punched repeatedly in the chest, but I'm okay now. So I'd like to thank everyone who dived in and took over for the commentary for a little bit. Thank you for that, guys.
Yes, sir. Sir, always a pleasure to help. And Josh, which team in the hypercar class are you looking forward to seeing the most during the 24 hours of Le Mans that we haven't talked about yet? I mean, there's so many storylines up and down regarding the class. So which team do you think? Which team will you be looking out for that you haven't talked about yet?
Well, in all honesty, I'm actually really looking forward to seeing how the Porsche Penske is actually going to do over the Ferrari, because I think we've seen what Ferrari can do, but the Porsches in the Penske team is fantastic, and seeing what they're going to do is going to be brilliant as well. I do know I have called in Tom, and I know Omi turned up as well, so if you both want to leave now, you absolutely can. I know, Tom, you're fighting.
I think yes, I know. I think I'm going to have to go in, not lie back down, go and watch it on the telly. But thank you, Josh.
No,
and,
thank you for stepping.
Hope you're feeling better too. See you on Saturday.
I am feeling better. Thank you for stepping in quickly. Thank you, Tom.
I'll stay in the call for a moment. I won't be here. I'll go on deafen just in case you need me back. Just message me.
I will indeed. As they come into it as well.
I'll be back in a bit.
Okay, I mean, no worries. As they come into all the action as well. But yes, Adam, I think you're absolutely right as well. And Josh, too, if you want to put your camera on, you can. I think you're absolutely right. I'm really looking forward to the Porsches coming into this one. But you can't deny the Ferrari power at the top with them. It's even now James Calada's fast as well, 327.275, so it's going to be absolutely great to see them. And yes, fingers crossed that I'm going to survive the next few hours and not going to have any other things happening. I mean, we've only got, it had to happen. I'm glad it happened now, though, in an hour session. It's not happened at like 3 a.m. in the morning when absolutely nobody can come and help, sort of feature as well, as we get Josh back up in the comments box as well. Tom's back in the Discord call.
If you need
yes.
to vote what me and Adam at any time, just let us know.
Yeah, when I told you that, I was literally lying on the floor, and I asked them, could you just pass me a microphone, please? And they don't know the bus mixer, so I was like, unmute button 3. Like, which one's button 3? I was like, it's the one that says headset 3. And he's like, what, do you press the orange button or do you press the button above it? I was like, you press the button above it. And it was really thingy. And then I just said, I'm going to throw it to you for a bit. I got a yellow briefly at Marshall Point 20. It's okay now. Okay, so...
Which is where? I don't think we are... I can't remember where Marshall Post 20. We've had it way too many times, which I've actually forgotten where it is.
It's our favourite part of the track, isn't it? It's coming down into more sand. So yeah, I think I was going to do some voiceovers at the end of this session, but I think I'll go straight to bed and after setting up the MotoGP stream for tomorrow. So well done to the guys as well for bringing that in as well to Adam, Josh, Tom and Omi as well for helping out there.
Perfect timing to go on to the topic of what NASCAR drivers and to go in, like what other drivers to go into NASCAR.
Yeah,
also, and on the different, on another topic of how many, there's a lot of variation of drivers in Le Mans. You've got Formula E, you've got XF1, I believe you've also got Ollie Caldwell, who is F2, I think.
Yeah, Ollie Caldwell's
yeah. And like Paul de Resta, you've got many champions across many series. You've got Rene Rast, you've got 2 Formula E drivers in one team, you've got an all-French team on the number 72 TF Sport LMGTE AM, which is an all-French lineup, but it's a British car.
That is true, yeah.
Make that make sense for me, please.
I never could. It's a confusing little format, isn't it, as well, as to who's going to be where, when and how. Jess says, hope you feel better soon. Thank you, Jess. I will be feeling good. I did text Jess and everybody to see who was around to just drop in as well, to take over. Because literally I was just the first person thought, right, I'll get Jess in, and then I'll get Tom in or anybody, because I didn't know how long I was going to be out. As well, but yeah, not nice laying on this concrete floor. I can tell you, it's a concrete floor, and it's a bit, not nice. I'm definitely changing clothes ahead of tomorrow with jeans as well. But okay, back in action. Let's get back into the swing of things because we've got 42 minutes left of this session as well, as you can see at the top of the tower, and we've got the Ferrari, of course, top 327.275, but then we've got the Glickenhaus car second, but that is not a hydrogen-powered car. That is a normal hypercar that runs on a normal internal combustion engine. You can tell that by looking at your timing sheets, because if it says Hypercar H, that's hydrogen power, and if it's Hypercar, it is a normal petrol engine, and that is the 2 Glickenhauses, the 708 and the 709, and it's the number 4 Floyd Vanwall Racing team that runs under the same thing. So it's all looking good. But look at that, Josh. Track temperatures dropped massively. 30.7 now, air temperature 26.9. And Adam, coming to you as well. What's it like in America as well? Because we've got the Daytona 24 hour with Rolex. And then of course, we had a drift, didn't we? Because it used to be Daytona and Le Mans very close together. Then it drifted for quite some decades, about 3 or 4 decades. It sort of drifted away from each other. Now, in the past 5 years, they've both sort of come back together with IMSA, now having the same GT3 class as we're going to have next year. Marshall Point 20 again, yellow flags out. So we're going to have the same GT3 class next season at Le Mans. That's in IMSA. And we're also going to have the LMP2 sort of get updated to LMP1 coming in. So what's it like now in America with WEC coverage alongside with Le Mans and IMSA as well? Is it normal? Is it all happy?
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I'm happy. I mean, it's really nice to see finally that IMSA cars can compete, over at Le Mans and vice versa with WEC. It's to me, it's about time it happened. And it's going to be really sad that this is the last time we'll see Corvette Racing competing in the GT class. I mean, think about the names that have competed in those cars over the years. Ron Fellows from Canada. You've had Nicky Katzberg, the list goes on and the list goes on. I mean, it's going to be sad. I mean, but I guess times are changing and you do what you got to do. And, speaking of, this is the 100th running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. One memory to me that always stands out is how dominant Audi was.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had Alan McNish, you had Tom Christensen, Marcel Fessler. I mean, you had some. I mean, I can remember the Audis finishing 1, 2, and 3 in class. I mean, and it was just nobody could touch them for the entire 24 hours. And now here we have Porsche, we have Ferrari. I mean, it's really, really cool. If you're a sports car fan, we're in the golden age right now, and to me, I think it's only going to get better with the test of time.
I agree with you. This is such a nice little era we've got coming in for Le Mans as well. It's all getting a bit tasty. We've had a couple of years where it's been Toyota completely dominated because the only other hypercar was not hydrogen-based, and that was the Glickenhaus. And then we had the Alpine sort of come in last year and not do much, sadly. And then it's dropped back out of hypercar this year, back down to LMP2, same car, but it's got LMP2 engines in it as well. And this year we've got, I think, 16 hypercars?
Yes.
The most.
Yes.
It's just fantastic. It feels back like the LMP1 days, and I think that's what we need.
Yes, I was just thinking that, Josh. And I mean, and you think about two names in American sports. LeBron James is going to start the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and we have Tom Brady, who is one of the owners of the number 36 Hertz team Jota car. So you have guys from different forms of sports transitioning over to motorsports. I mean, I never in my life that I ever see LeBron James send out the 24 Hours of Le Mans as couple. When I heard that news, I was like, okay, I mean, his season is done, so I guess he had nothing else to do. I mean, that's gonna be cool to see. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I never would have thought that in my life. And Tom Brady, how good he was as a NFL starting quarterback. I mean, now he's invested in the Hertz team Jota car. I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we've got 16 hypercars, 24 LMP2s, 21 LMGTE AMs, and one innovative car, of course, of the 24 Hendrick Motorsport. So a wide variety of different types of cars. It's around the same. There's only like 8 car differences from Hypercar, which is the less if you don't count the NASCAR, the Galaxy 56 entry, and the LMP2s, which is the most with 24. So from like 4, 5, 6 hypercars to 16, which takes up 1 full page of the spotter guide. It's quite a massive improvement.
You're right, actually. I didn't realise that. They've managed to put all the hypercars on one page, and then everyone else has sort of been added to a 5th column, haven't they? With LMP2s. Looking on the driver on the spotters guide that we've got up here. However, one thing I will be purchasing tomorrow is going to be the Marker of Doom to cross. Yes, our big.
Yes.
Our big
yes,
marker.
it does.
Give a big.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, coming in with a big.
This Marker of Doom?
Is that a red Sharpie? Because if so, that's what I'm going to be getting tomorrow. A red Sharpie.
It's a Wilco permanent marker.
Oh well, basically what I'm going to get as well from town.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I will say, those Ferrari hypercars under the lights, don't they look absolutely gorgeous?
They really do. And I'll tell you one thing. We've been complaining throughout this broadcast over the past couple of days, haven't we, Josh, that we can't hear the track noise. All of a sudden, in the past today, they've just turned it up to 11. It's been deafening almost as well. But you are completely right, Adam. It's a fantastic car, the Ferrari. Utterly beautiful. Dissimulate, hello, says, okay, it's final practice. How is the 24 speed compared to the LMP2s and the GTEs? Okay, right, okay. It gives me a chance to sit down, I suppose. Let's take a look, shall we?
I will back away because last time this happened, it didn't go too well.
Yeah.
I just want to point out quickly that my head isn't small. It's just that cup is
massive.
Really big. Look, it is massive. My whole palm of my hand goes over it.
Okay, so who's leading LMP2? It's the 923 at the moment. So let's take a look at the 923 car. There it is, the Racing Team Turkey. I don't think the 24 car's gone out on the track yet, because so far, no, they have. Look at that, 6. Basically, on all the lap times, LMP2 are completely demolishing the Hendrick Motorsport squad.
Yeah,
okay.
It's out with Jensen Button right now. It was out with Rockenfeller earlier.
Okay, so let's take a look then at who's leading the GTEs at the moment as well. It is the 66 JMW Motorsport squad. So we need the 66 up here. Here it is. Oh, actually, there are some laps. Look, it's mainly a big beating. Look. So the red is the 66, the green is the Hendrick. So Hendrick are actually faster on lap 2. They did a 3:52, whereas the 66 did a 3:53.525, which I'm looking is the fastest lap time. So that's a direct comparison to what we've seen so far. The second lap time around, 3:52.965 compared to a 4:01, so 8 thousandths difference. Fourth lap time, 3:05.29, and then the last lap time, Hendrick were ahead, 3:51 compared to a 4 minute. So Hendrick's best time is a 3:51.903, whereas the best lap time for the Reds is a 3:52.965. So there's the comparison between us on the screens. The stats I want to see though compared to Hendrick Motorsports at the moment. Jimmy Johnson hasn't gone out on the track yet. Mike Rockenfeller's done 11 minutes. Jensen Button's done 11 minutes as well. So I would presume that we're going to have Jimmy Johnson in the car shortly to make sure they all get at least 30 minutes of running in this session. I don't think we've had an issue with a red flag procedure just yet as we take a look now that race control messages well with Michael Christensen having a lap time deletion. So I think that's how it's going to work, isn't it, Josh? We're going to wait to see the difference between the two.
I mean, now that you've mentioned the words, the 2 words, first word starts with R, second word is flag. It might happen. If it does, we know who to blame.
Yes, John.
Not my fault.
And
Okay.
I will say that it's pretty cool to see Rick Kendrick and Jeff Gordon over there at Circuit de la Sarthe, for Garage 56. And I even saw online they have a NASCAR display over there this weekend.
I drove the back.
I believe that Herschel McGriff got inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame this year. I believe he has been over there at Circuit de la Sarthe. So he is to see those drivers from those people from NASCAR over there. That is outstanding and pretty cool.
I didn't know about the NASCAR stand. I'll tell you what though, Adam, what are you making of NASCAR? This is actually a perfect time, ask an American. Yellow at Marshall point 14 and 15. So that is coming down through zone 4. That is the exit of the Daytona chicane coming down the Mulsanne Straight. So it is a yellow flag in that sector. Hopefully we'll see it soon, but the cameras aren't there. They've been brought in from earlier on. So while we hear from that, Dissimulate says thanks for checking out for me. Anytime, got nothing else to do on the broadcast. White flags in there, so there's a slow moving car. So what do you make, Adam, then? Is it we've all been waiting to see this 24 car, the innovative car, the Hendrick come in as well. What have you made of it so far in its what was it, 6 sessions we've had so far this weekend?
I can say I have personally loved it. I've enjoyed it. To see him go, how the driver changes, through the window like they would in a regular NASCAR stock car race. The working headlights has been the absolute coolest. No stickers. I mean, it's been awesome, and I believe I saw online that General Motors was going to make regular cars regular garage 56 cars after what's been happening over at Le Mans. So
yes,
I think it's the coolest thing ever. And who knows, maybe one day we'll have a NASCAR class at Circuit de la Sarthe.
That'd be fun. I'd like that.
I mean, anything is possible these days in motorsports, guys.
There it is.
We all know that after all these international stars are coming over to compete in NASCAR now. So, tutors will happen.
Yeah, sorry, I have to question there, but Josh, you're right, isn't it? It's the 93.
The 93 and slow zone.
Slow zone in effect. That's Jean-Eric Verne. So slow zone coming in.
10 seconds.
So Jean-Eric Verne in the Peugeot has come to a stop. I'm trying to find out where he is on the timing tower, but it's not showing me on our list.
Slow zone 4 activated.
So just to tell you where slow zone 4 is on the driver tracker, there you go. So that is the exit of the Daytona chicane on the run down towards the Michelin chicane. He's just come to a stop. So that's what's brought out. Dissimulate says a NASCAR class. I need to get that on a hotkey, don't I? A NASCAR class. He says, wait. A NASCAR class in 24 hours Le Mans? No. NASCAR does bump and run, and these Le Mans cars can't handle that bumping that NASCAR does. That's a good point. Maybe we won't invite Ross Chastain.
That is a good point. That's a good point.
No. Let's not let Ross Chastain in the
Or Bubba Wallace, to be fair. Let's keep those two out of it.
Yeah. I mean, we can have Kyle Larson compete it.
Yeah.
I mean, at the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Yeah.
I mean, we know how much he loves, other forms of motorsports. We've seen him compete in sprint cars and dirt late models. I mean,
Indy 500.
Kyle Busch is another driver that comes to mind.
Personally, I'd like to see a garage 56 entry sort of coming in as well to Formula One.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Now you read my mind. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know who you would get in the car.
Well, Lotterer did it, didn't he? Lotterer did it with Caterham, so it must be possible. Has to be possible.
Sure. Actually, there was some news that broke earlier today that there's going to be an alternate way to watch the remaining F1 races on ESPN over here in the States. It was announced that there's going to be a new program that will be an alternate telecast for the Canadian Grand Prix and the other two American Grand Prix anchored by Daniel Ricciardo and Will Arnett. So they're going to have special guests come in, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all happens. I mean, Daniel Ricciardo will be on site,
Yeah.
for the Canadian Grand Prix, and Will Arnett will be on remote location. So,
I have this sneaking feeling, Adam, that he's going to be in the Sky F1 commentary box because that also takes ESPN's feed.
Yeah.
I've got
and
that feeling.
it's actually I'll read the press release. It'll be produced by ESPN in collaboration with Peyton Manning's Omaha Productions. It's gonna be like what Peyton Manning and his brother Eli Manning have done for ESPN's Monday Night Football. So you're gonna have.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're gonna have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, gonna be interesting to see who they get for for the Canadian Grand Prix. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who love watching Formula One racing from all forms of sports. So who knows?
Wow.
This is, sorry to cut across, this is the replay and the Peugeot that's come to a stop out on the circuit, the 94 Peugeot TE car. It's just come to a complete electrical shutdown.
Puff of smoke.
Yeah. Oh, I've always wondered what's beneath the Razor headset. It's a little tiny mic. Oh, okay. I've always wondered. I would love a pair of those headphones that we're seeing right now.
Same here.
It's the R Razor. They're completely like soundproof stuff, and they're fantastic. That's what I want trackside. One of those. By the way, what I was saying earlier about the possible on-site for Not Kill, after a quick, brief look, could be doable. Could be doable. It's the best one we can do. So sadly, I couldn't get to Portland. You not know how disappointed I am. I couldn't get to Portland for that one. I was so furious with it all, and just as I said earlier, the flight alone is like £1,000, so it's gone up massively.
Oh wow, Josh!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
So fingers crossed. Next year, maybe. Right, once we're in a full year of money, that'll be fine. Right, go on, Josh. What are you on about?
I know.
While we're on the topic of kind of NASCAR, kind of Le Mans, the Garage 56 entry
Yeah.
going to Brands Hatch for American Speed Fest as an official NASCAR display.
Oh, so that's going there too. And you're at American Speed Fest next week, aren't you?
And I'm at American Speed Fest, so look
forward
for millions of photos of the Garage 56 car in the Discord.
The thing is, I've just realised something as well, that you're not here next weekend. It's just dawned on me, you're not in the Le Mans. You're not in the Alton Park commentary box for touring cars.
Is that next weekend as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's also the Canadian Grand Prix.
Yeah.
So I'll be joining you.
The man. Yeah.
Checked my motorsport schedule, but didn't double check my motorsport schedule.
Yep. Next weekend it's Alton Park. So we've got. Yep. I don't know if Nick's around. So.
Is that a nightmare?
Not really. No, because it's not. It doesn't affect anything. I don't think. I can still do qualifying. So I don't.
Warning flag for car 5 for abusing track limits.
I don't think it's a major nightmare, but you're not there, so.
Well, if it is, oh well.
Just because it's not June.
Good thing.
July.
Good thing about. Oh, why have we gone red?
Red flag. Red flag is out. They've stopped the session. Ooh, and is that because Vern's car can't be removed? Clearly, but they've red flagged the session.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a really.
Pros of booking American Speed Fest in January is that you get free grandstand tickets alongside your admission tickets. Don't
worry, Josh, because Jess has just said as well, keen to do more BTCC stuff, so we'll have Jess up in the box as well. And of course, Adam, you're happy to. Oh no, you can't. You can't for touring cars that day, can you? Because you're going to be in the Canadian Grand Prix in our commentary box. That's true.
Correct. That's right. I'll be joining you for
the 93 still there.
Saturday and Sunday.
I'm so I mean, Oh,
Since drivers don't know the difference between right and left, the best solution is a red flag.
oh. That's Eduardo Freitas saying the drivers don't know the difference between right and left, so the best solution is to red flag it. Because the slow zone, the drivers were nearly getting close to the marshals in the car. So the drivers have caused this red flag. Well done on Eduardo Freitas though for actually doing safety, and that's the reason for the stoppage. Jenny Gabe says a handicap match that denies the unique ability of car racing is the same as saying you can't. Is that, where are we going with that? Is that for NASCAR? NASCAR's brilliant at the moment.
Yeah.
There you go. I love that, says Jess. And with the red flag out, yeah. You'll never see the red flag displayed again, actually, after warm-up, if we get a red flag anymore, because the Le Mans 24-hour race has never, ever been red flagged. It's not an option. Even if it is bucketing it down with rain and it's a snail's pace, this race will never be red flagged. It has never, ever, ever been red flagged in its history.
True.
This simulates saying, uh-oh, the 24 has stopped. No, that's just the timing screen being triggered. You can see it on the race control messages now. Because they're going so slowly because of the red flag.
It registers it stops.
Yeah.
So 20 minutes to go. Red flag is coming out. So I presume Jess will pop in the box then for the next race at Alton Park as well. I suppose she's doing Croft as well. She's just going to be in 3 races weekends in a row. I don't know what's happening with Croft. I think with Croft I can do race 1 and then I'm out for race 2 and 3. I think that's how it works. But we'll figure that out at the end. That's the end of July's problem. Right now, our problem is tomorrow we've got... Right, our coverage for MotoGP this weekend. Practice 1 and 2 for MotoGP is live. Practice 3 and qualifying is live. The sprint race is live, and the race is live. So the main MotoGP action you will see, including the warm-up session as well, actually. But that I won't be commentating on the warm-up session. That will be purely world feed that is taken for the warm-up as well, with track commentary coming from them. Then going into all the action for the Moto 2 and Moto 3, that unfortunately is going to be delayed. So we had the last race live, but this weekend is going to go back to how it was for this weekend. We'll have that airing on Tuesday, the Moto 2 and Moto 3 races. Moto E Race 1 is going to be live. Moto E Race 2 is dependent on 2 factors. 1, if Megan's voice is back, and 2, depending on if it's going to be a problem or not. If it is a problem, then we're going to have Moto E Race 2 delayed. And because it's only 15 minutes, we'll probably put that on Monday. So, yeah, that's how it's going to run. And I've got to pick my 24-hour Le Mans clothes as well, the clothes I stay in for 24 hours. Last year I chose a very nice shirt and a pair of shorts. However, judging it's going to be cold, I might do a nice pair of cream jeans or something like that, or chinos is good, with a very long-sleeved shirt to keep warm during the night shifts.
Twitter has exploded, Josh.
Oh no, why?
Dear Le Mans Race Control, there was no need to hurt them that bad, bro.
December says, so what drivers can figure out left and right? It's just saying Race Control, and I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. As well with the wonderful, I don't know if that's Chinese or Japanese, but initials. But you've got a lovely picture of a lovely little dog as your profile picture as well. That's such a cute photo of a dog. Who says, "Cool. I hope they will last 24 hours." In any case, this Camaro is really Bastille as well. It changes high-speed engines as well. Yeah, and they are now got the safety car out there as well as the tractor, so it's really stuck out there. That Porsche.
That was
Peugeot.
Quite funny though from
It was.
Beta.
Let's take a look then. So this is the Peugeot with Jean-Eric Verne at the wheel, and it's just going to come out the chicane. I think it's already died. Yeah, look, the engine's gone. Let's have a look. This is Gustavo Menez.
Back about the car balance, Gus.
Yeah, Gustavo Menez actually just before the red when I braked were forward, the spill was soft, and I had a long spill. I had braking, but maybe 20% less efficient. And yeah, the entry stability is there now. So what it feels like usually, just big crowd watching on the front axle. Lots of sliding on the front axle.
So the slide on the front axle and the computer went dead. Okay, seems fair enough. Right, we've got a few minutes then. Let's pass over to the world feed and give ourselves a little bit of a break. I know I could do it on. Stand up in the comms box and let's see what they make of all this. They're going to go to an ad break, aren't they? The world feed. Well, you ask for them and they don't turn up. You throw to them and they're not saying anything. So that's always an interesting factor. 16 minutes to go. This could see us just having about a 5-minute session. Yeah, I knew that was coming. He knew that was coming. That was telegraphed that we were going to have that. So I've got to pull some buttons and now let's hear from them again. No, still not talking. Right, let's...
We can
go on.
take it if you want, if you need a break.
No, I think they're going to start talking in a second now that they went to an ad break. They showed Paul de Resta's just talking anyway in the pit lane, down there at the other side of the Peugeot garage. They should start talking shortly as we watch the cat race. Here we go.
Jensen there. We're continuing on the 3 car. This is the other side of the 3 car now. Still not as much dry chemical powder over on this side of the car. Still quite a bit, but not like it was on the other side. Just because that's where they had to douse the flames.
So we've got
Mechanic
guys,
underneath it.
Underneath, yeah, trying to get all the bolts off and everything and get that floor
Drop
off.
the under tray. Yep. So the clock continues to wind down while we're in this red flag. We're under 16 minutes.
Just looking, the second Ferrari, the number 50 car, has actually completed 2 laps in this session, so really hasn't run too many laps at all. The sister car's done 8 laps and is actually quickest currently. But the Glickenhaus leader is second, so that's encouraging.
So 3:28.2. So in qualifying, they did 3:28.4.
So that's encouraging. Looks like they found something.
They found a bit of something, yeah. Obviously didn't make the hyperpole, but yeah, still working on setup, still finding a bit of pace.
If they can find a race pace in the sort of high 20s, low 30s, then that's going to put them in, good stead. Certainly, you would think not a million miles away. So maybe they've decided that they haven't got the ultimate pace. No point in chasing it. Let's just focus on the race and having a fast, consistent race car, and that's going to be their best chance of getting a result.
Yeah, it's because it's such a long race and because the attrition can be quite high. You've got risks of accidents, you've got risks of cars having issues, drivers making mistakes. Even if you just can run a solid pace, you're starting, say, P10, there's a good chance that without any issues you're going to come up to the top 5.
Right, and that's in every class. Yeah.
But we have seen the Glickenhaus, to be fair, it's actually been pretty reliable. It might not be the fastest, but it has been reliable, and
both cars have finished in the top 5 every time they're on.
That's right. So I mean that in itself is an amazing achievement. And
probably never been quite as competitive as this right enough, but they've got history, as you say.
But if they keep going,
my point's reliability, not
yeah. I mean,
and we're back. That's them coming back from an ad break. I found out that it's quite telling when they're going to go to an ad break and come off an ad break because they just shut the commentary off as well. My God, I need new ear cups. I don't know how they're now too far gone. My ear cups on my headset. How I'm going to last 24 hours. I don't know. As well, we're still waiting for the first lot of the YouTube stuff to come in as well from the last month.
Ferrari did.
Right. So, we're going to have around about 10 minutes, I reckon, guys, until this session will get a proper run. So 2 minutes, I think. We haven't been told by race control. This is all the information we've got is a red flag information on the graphic. So, not being told how long it's going to take until we go green again. Presumably, it'll be a short restart.
I believe Eduardo Freitas is talking now.
Session because of the red flag.
See, that will help any of the teams.
They're going to extend the session. Should we hear that again? We came in late on that. We can hear that again via our control information. Let's listen.
There are little areas that are scared, but they'll be finding others.
Information to the pit lane. Information to the pit lane. We are considering extending the session a little bit to compensate for the red flag. We are considering extending a little bit the session because of the red flag.
So they're going to extend the session because of the red flag that we've had. So that's what they're thinking about doing, which I think is a good idea because these lot haven't had the time to have a proper run-on, and this is night running and it's important. So we'll wait to see. I think they'll extend it 10 more minutes. Go on, Amy.
Why did we have a red flag? I missed it.
The
Because the
Peugeot.
drivers don't know the difference between their lefts and rights.
All right.
Peugeot.
That's right. That's all. Now, to me, I think that's one of the craziest red flag reasons I've ever been told.
Yeah, what was it? The Peugeot 94 stopped on the track. We went slow zone, and the drivers just couldn't keep to the right idea of the circuit, so we had to go red flag. This could be our last red flag of the weekend, though. So enjoy seeing it, because you won't see it during the race, and you'll probably see it during war. I'm not sure, but that's it. Jensen Button going, honk your horns, honk your horns. He's trying to get a little bit of excitement. Car 66 has been reported to the stewards for disrespecting the slow zone. So who's that? I need to chastise.
Have we found our culprit of not knowing their lefts and rights?
I think you're right, and the 66 is the JMW Motorsport Squad. Oh dear. Imagine they're the reason we'd have to stay under this red flag for a while. So I'm waiting.
I mean, I told my dad, because he was watching it downstairs, but I think he was out of the room, and I just got the classic face palm.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Our commenter with the wonderful dog picture says, my name is Japanese, but I'm French. Oh, very nice. I'd love to know how to pronounce your name. I really would. That'd be fantastic. I love getting in, different languages under as well. For instance, I was considering the other day taking Duolingo lessons, learning some French, some Spanish, and maybe even some Japanese as well. I'd love to visit Japan. Session is going to go green on short notice, we're being told. So I'd love to go to Japan. I'd absolutely love it. I think my sister went, the older one, not Megan, the other one, Kellyanne, older one. She's going to hate me for saying the older one. Big sister, there you go. She went to Japan.
There you go, Josh.
Yeah, that's it. She went to Japan in Tokyo and absolutely loved it as well. And I want to go. I really want to go to Tokyo. I want to go to Fuji as well. I think it looks fantastic. And of course, you've got to go to Suzuka. If you go to Japan, you've got to go.
Yeah. Because for me, it's called. I'd rather. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Fuji, Suzuka, Autopolis. I know. Go catch a Japanese baseball game while I'm over there at the legendary Tokyo Dome.
That's a good idea. Bullet Train. If you haven't seen it, everyone. Yeah, go on, Adam.
Yeah. Actually, one of my best friends who lives up in Massachusetts, he's gone to Japan a few times, and he's fully enjoyed it. So obviously, I'd want to go and go check out Nintendo. I mean,
yes, God, yeah.
We all grew up, with Super Mario Brothers. So, I remember playing, the original Super Mario Brothers on the original Nintendo Entertainment System when I was a little kid. So, it'd be kind of cool to go and relive some of my youth. And I know another sport that's popular over in Japan is a sport you guys know I love, and that is professional bowling.
Yes. Tell you what.
That country I want to go visit one day is Japan and Korea. So I want to go to Korea.
Korea too. I'm with you on that. Go on, GT.
We've just gone green, but quickly. Please tell me I'm not the only person who got absolutely flashbang and their eyes are now hurting after getting absolutely glared by those headlights in that pit box.
Yeah, me too. It just happened.
Yep.
Green flag then, and I don't think they've extended the session because
they haven't yet.
21 minutes 39. There we go. Just as we say it, they've extended the session. So the session is now going to have an extra 15 minutes added to it. Session will end at 23:15. Race control message is just flashed up on our data here with the green flag. So they've extended it by 15 minutes to take away from that red flag period we've just had.
Which is how long we were under red for.
Oh, perfect. Yes, you're right. 19:14 in total, but yeah, when everyone back to the pit lane, it would be the 15 minutes they lost on track time. I suppose that's okay. I mean, it's slightly longer for us in the commentary box. Race director?
Information to the pit lane. Information to the pit lane. Session will end at 23:15. In the meantime, world drivers, we are testing at MP30. We're testing lights on driver's left as you enter the Porsche S's. We need the feedback from the drivers.
Okay, so they're testing lights at Marshall Spot 30. JT, that is coming through Porsche Curves, isn't it? Yeah, entrance to Porsche Curves, Zone 8. So they're testing the lights to see if they work there.
I thought Raycast was going to say, we're testing drivers lefts and rights at Marshall Post 30.
Wouldn't be too surprised, would it?
That is... There's going to be a corporate needs you to find the difference between the pixels, and one's going to be a left arrow, one's going to be a right arrow.
Yeah.
Dead set. Or there's going to be that two button meme or something that's going to go around after this session.
I don't know why, but we're clipping all of a sudden and everything. I've got no idea what's happening. It's like the bus mixer's just gone. Okay, you were complaining about the sound. Here, have all the sound in the world. So that's gonna be fun. 24 hours though without a headset on. I mean, I sound so quiet. Unbelievable, honestly. I sound silent on my end. There we go. Just trying to adjust the levels. So, as they come into it, we've got Ferrari fastest, Glickenhaus second, but we haven't seen many proper runs in this session, unfortunately. And apparently, it was the 93 Porsche that did stop with Jean-Eric Verne at the wheel. But I don't think it was.
Yes, it was.
But we saw it was Gustavo Menez who came up on the radio. So I'm convinced it was Jean-Eric Verne who stopped, not Gustavo Menez.
It definitely was the 93.
Yeah. So it was with Verne at the
Timing
wheel.
screens say it, TV graphics say it, my mind says it, which never disagree with JT's mind.
Are you ready for finding out? Are you ready for finding out which one broke it? Car 66 has been given a 5-minute stop-go penalty for not respecting the slow zone. So your culprit for the red flag is the 66 car, which is the JMW Motorsport squad in the Ferrari 488 GTO Evo.
That's going to make it on a certain subreddit that I am a part of, which that the initials of the person who owns it and runs a YouTube series on it is JMW.
Oh, right.
That's definitely going to make it over there.
Wonderful subreddit as well that Ed Hunter's put together all our races.
If it's not on there by tomorrow morning, I will post it.
I'll tell you one thing as well. Ed Hunt... Oh, race director.
66 has a 5-minute stop-and-go penalty.
Perhaps we know.
That's all he said. That's all he says. As we ride on board with the 33 Corvette.
Should have added at the end for not knowing left and right. That would have just rubbed it in even more.
True.
Jimmy Johnson's out on track.
Aha! Yeah, well, I'm not expecting big things from him here, Adam, as well, even if he was running in a normal car, because he's only won, one time on a road course? He's an oval man, isn't he?
Yep.
He does know the difference between left and right.
His only road course win was at Sonoma a few years ago. So, gonna be interesting to see how he does. At a track like Circuit de las Arts. With all the chicanes. With all the family. It's gonna be interesting. I'll say that much.
Coincidentally, it is Sonoma this weekend.
Yes, it is. Sonoma is this weekend, and
which
and
I would
so
have
to
Arkham
and
Knight
let all of
series
you
race on,
know
but it's
that
on Flow Racing.
and to let all of you know, on Saturday at noontime, be sure to head on over to the Grid Network, as they will get you up there for the action for the NASCAR Cup Series NASCAR Cup Series race at Sonoma and MotoGP from the Italian Grand Prix. So
I
if you're not
literally.
already
Yeah, go on.
a subscriber, subscribe to the Grid Network YouTube channel because they've got you covered from green flag to checkered in all forms of motorsports. So subscribe over to the Grid Network.
I love how Adam's not even on the shows anymore at the moment. I hope he come back soon, but still getting those plugs in. Love them. Yeah, the Grid Network is the place to be this weekend to see all the pre-race action as well and all the team there. It was a limited team last weekend. We could have done with you, Adam, actually, because in the pre-race show, it was just me and Amanda covering it because Kobe was unexpectedly taken away and called away on a personal matter. And Ben and Joe were trackside at Portland. So it was me and Amanda leading us through the action.
Yeah.
I think it went well.
I will say that and Joe will be at the Portland E-Prix in a couple weeks. So, Josh, one series I've always wanted to call is Formula E. I mean, I've called IndyCar with you.
Come on.
NASCAR on USRN.
The
British Road Car Championship. So,
yes.
the other thing I have left is Formula E and MotoGP. So, I may have to hop in the comment box with you and Ed Hunter for.
Yeah, come on in.
Thank you. I'll be there.
Come on in. I'll tell you one thing. Sorry, I would have invited you this weekend for MotoGP because Megan's not with us, but it's literally only one commentary available because it's Megan's laptop. It can't do what my PC can do. So it's literally just me on the MotoGP calls this weekend across all of them. I mean, literally every single session, it's just me. It's going to be really insanely weird. But I'll get through it. Megan rejoins us for MotoGP. Well, Megan rejoins us in the commentary box next weekend in the Canadian Grand Prix. She's back for that. And then she's back with us for the remaining MotoGPs as well, for the rest of the year. Like, the whole year she's back with us.
Jeff says over on YouTube that Adam is keen to cover as many series as possible. I say, yep.
So's Jess.
I mean, y'all know how much I love motorsports from across the world, so I'm game to cover any form of motorsport series you have, Josh.
Well,
you know that.
We've considered. Oh, Alex Lane on the radio there saying copy. We've considered adding NASCAR, but it's extremely tricky to get NASCAR in.
I know.
Because it's usually on at exactly the same time as IndyCar. So I'm waiting until he gets back from France, and we'll discuss it later on in the year. But I'm considering doing a swapsies event. So if we can get Matthew working with it and get other people around, I'd love. But it's just NASCAR's so long. But I'd love to cover it full time here, like from the Daytona 500 onwards. It'd be fantastic, and because it doesn't fair.
I mean, think about it, Josh. It's called this year with you. I've called the
Daytona
500 on USRN. I covered the Indy 500. I'm covering 3 hours of the 24 Hours of Le Mans on Saturday.
Everything.
It's called. I mean, I've covered some big events with you this year, and it's pretty cool. It's called.
To be fair, I'm glad because Miami was a dud, so I'm hoping Canada's better for you.
Yes, Miami was a dud. I will say that, and hopefully Canada will be really good, and hopefully Mercedes can contend with Red Bull like they did last time out. I mean, it was pretty cool to see Mercedes on the podium. Obviously in front of Max Verstappen, in Spain. So I think Mercedes is going to give Red Bull a run for their money at Circuit Shield Villeneuve in Montreal next weekend.
Just giving Jess a quick thing here. Says that Megan's not doing Le Mans. I enjoyed sharing the box with her during the Indy 500. Two things, Jess. One, I forgot. Megan is in the commentary box for Le Mans. She's doing, I think, 2 hours Saturday, and then she's covering the 1 hour that I missed to do MotoGP. So she's covering that hour in the box. That's it. That's all she's doing. So it's like 2 hours on Saturday. Like I think she's doing the start, then she's doing a random hour in the evening, and then she's doing the hour I missed later. But Megan will be there. And also, Jess, you said about you and Megan doing the F1 Academy series from Kota. Megan says, yes, I absolutely enjoyed working with Jess, and I've got no problem working with Jess. So yes, you two are covering the F1 Academy when it gets broadcast in Kota. So that can be fun.
Just quickly, while we're on the topic of broadcasting.
Yes.
Reminder to UK viewers, MotoGP is free to view on ITVs this weekend. What?
Viewers.
True. But for people who use our currency.
Yeah, it's either us or the
well.
world feed. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Dissimulate says, I guess the better question is, which of the 4 NASCAR series do you want to cover? The Cup Series main, Xfinity Series, Craftsman Truck Series, or the ARC Series? We'll cover the Cup Series main. We'll cover the main.
Yeah,
As Adam knows, my blood pressure could not handle covering the Xfinity Series. The amount of bloody Cup drivers that are in anyway.
That's true. Oh, yeah.
No, resist pressure. There's 7. There's 7 of them in the next race. Why? Why 7? Go on, Adam.
And Josh, hopefully, you and I can be on the call of the NASCAR Chicago Street Race.
Yes, I'm hoping.
In July on USRN. I mean, you know how bad I want to be on there because of a certain driver from New Zealand.
It's an excuse I can wear my Chicago hoodie, but the problem is it's radio, so no one will see. But it was actually supposed to be the weekend of MotoGP's Kazakhstan Grand Prix. I tell you what, kind of glad the Kazakhstan Grand Prix got cancelled because it was causing problems that I would have to miss the F2 races that weekend. Oh, sparks getting flown up by the Porsches coming through Mulsanne. So yeah.
I thought those two were related.
What?
Tom Gamble, George Gamble.
They are related, yes.
Yes, younger brother is Tom to George.
Cool.
Jess says, oh, that's nice of her. Tell her I enjoyed working with her too. Love Heart Fire Magic. Yes. She's probably watching. Megan does watch. Hi, Megan. All the channels are available, yes.
I'm Megan.
She's actually lost her voice at the moment, although she would have been on tonight's Hyperpole session. But she's lost her voice. She's been working like an absolute star. She's been doing all of her A-levels this week. She's got one more left on Monday as well, but it's her criminology. She knows that but like the back of her hand. So that's why she's in the box for 3 hours of the Le Mans race. And she's not as stressed, but one more left and then she's ours for the summer. We'll lock her in the garage.
Nice.
I literally said to her,
I have a lot of friends who are graduating high school over here in the USA and going on to college. You know, starting in August. So I understand what Megan is going through.
Yeah, luckily she's not leaving for university. We managed to keep that, so she's still going to be here. Otherwise, I don't know. We've got Megan for another 3 years at least. That's good. By 3 years, if we're not travelling, commentating to do these things, we've done something wrong to get these done. I'm hopeful. Within 2 years, I want to be doing 4 races trackside per year. I think that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And then open up the team more. Unless I do get the Formula E job next year, and I do them all there, so that'd be fun. Because I'm going for that. And of course A1GP. That's presumably coming back.
Yes, A1GP. Oh yeah. That.
Me and Matt White are going for that. Honestly, I said to Matt. Matt's got an in, of course, because he runs the A1GP history account. And I said to him,
Yes, he does.
You've got an in there. You know stuff. Me and you. Let's do the commentary. Me and Matt White on the commentary. We've got. I love A1GP. I'd love to commentate on that, and I'd love Matt alongside me in the comms box.
The question is, what would happen to the YouTube channel if you were to get one of those?
Oh, it'll still go on. I'll still do it. I'm not changing it. Look, I am not changing anything. Even if I do get A1GP, I'm not changing it. I may miss the occasional race, but I'm still going to do this. I'm never leaving the YouTube channel.
I knew the answer, but you got to do the FAQ for everybody else watching.
Yeah. Well, presumably, considering the title is JB Motorsports,
there's more people.
There were more people, yeah. But Jess would probably get the channel because she's Jess Ball, so she's JB. No, I'm joking. No, what would happen was, if I was to miss a race, say I was to miss a Formula 1 race because I was covering a Formula E or something like that, the first port of call, Megan would take the lead.
Yeah.
If Megan is not available to take the lead, it would then fall to any number of our panelists, whoever wants it, whoever can stream, whoever can do the stream, would it go to. So Tom, Jess,
no.
yourself, Josh, as well. All that will get thrown out, and then everybody else would come in on the commentary team as the panel. So everyone else will come together.
Josh, you remember how ridiculous
Yes.
they've uploaded a new video?
To who? What? The pit stop guys.
Demolition darts from 1,000 feet helicopter with a massive dart.
Oh, fantastic! That's something to watch after this then.
I have hooked Josh into a YouTube channel, Adam.
They're so good. You've got to send the link to Adam in the comms chat.
Basically, Dude Perfect, but not Dude Perfect. They're not trick shots, but they're gravity and stuff like that.
Yeah, Dissimulate says, Cup Series is 36 races per year, so basically every weekend for 9 months. Exactly. So it would have to... the NASCAR... God, this car's loud. The NASCAR would basically, if we do end up doing it, which I hope so, it would be a rolling punditry team. So like a rolling... A bit like how Fox do it and NBC. Half the season would be me, half the season would somebody else in the lead. So, like, there'd only ever be 2 lead commentators, but the co-commentators would change. Bit like how we do it in Formula 1 at the moment. Actually, even Formula 1's changing at the moment because how many people have led this year? Tom's led, I've led.
Way more.
Yeah, in F1, there's been so many. Because, Tom led, Jess has led, Megan, I don't think Megan's actually led. Oh, no, maybe she has. I've led, obviously, and, yeah.
I've not led.
Not in Formula 1 yet, no, but you've led No, you've led touring cars. Adam hasn't led just yet. We need to get him in for one. Yeah, and I think also, I haven't asked her about this, but I think next weekend is the first one of Megan's sessions in Canada. I think she's taking, I don't know if she's taking practice 3 or not, where Megan, because she likes doing those every now and then.
Touring car practice would... No, it's Canada, isn't it? Of course.
Yeah. So I think next weekend, Megan's led MotoGP, and Megan's led some touring cars, so she's done that this year. But
5 minute stop and go penalty for car 33 for not respecting yellow flags.
Now that might have to be given in the next session then. That gets rolled over to the warm-up. That's bad.
GTE and Corvette Racing.
I'll get on to Jess's question in a second because it's a great question. So I think the Canadian Grand Prix Practice 3, Megan is taking the lead commentary on that, which is fine by me because I'll end up in pit lane or something like that. But we haven't had one of those this year because she's been so busy. It's a Megan practice, which is quite fun. Josh, you've been in a session with Megan, haven't you? Back in Kota, you yourself and Tom in the call. That's how fun it goes.
It is very funny.
Although,
and
I must admit,
good.
I would still be in the commentary box. It'd just be Megan doing it. I'll be in the producer role. But
yeah,
Megan took that session at Kota last year because I was not in the town. I was go-karting. So I took the opportunity to go go-karting.
Yeah, you were at the new go-karting track near you, weren't you? If I remember rightly.
Yes, I was. I was at a launch of a go-kart track, and we went down and had some laps as well. And I wouldn't have changed it because I don't mind missing a practice session. Qualifying the race, I'm never leaving the box. But a practice session, I'm flexible. So, yeah. Maybe we should get more people leading as well. I mean, Jess, you've led the Formula 3 this year as well, thinking about it. You've got the software. Tom as well, coming into it. Meg's Notebook. Yes, next week is actually, I think, the first one of her shows. I think she does the Meg... what's it called? Mob Rules. That's the one. Mob Rules. Megan Olivia Birch. Rules. So, Mob Rules. Her initials spelled Mob. Fantastically funny. So, Mob Rules, I think, is coming soon. I think she's doing a wrap-up of the season so far on Wednesday, that's filming, and that'll go out in the pre-show to qualifying. So, the gap between practice and qualifying, that'll air, and then we'll have a new Mob Rules the week after. So yeah, and the Grand Prix.
So that means So that means, Josh, when I'm on practice 3 next Saturday,
Yes.
it'll be Megan leading instead of you. Okay.
Yes, I think that's it.
No, okay.
Unless she's
Expect
taking
the
another session.
unexpected, Adam.
Yes, Megan's
That's
worse.
all I'll say.
Unless she's taking practice 1. I can't remember if it's practice. I know what time it is, but I don't know if it's practice 1 or practice 2. Sorry, practice 1 or practice 3. I can't remember which one it is. And if it's because Megan's back basically from next weekend onwards. She's not missing a race. So that's gonna be a lot of fun.
If she leads if Megan leads practice 3,
Yeah.
I'll keep her in line for you, Josh.
Thank you. Just go.
You're
Don't
welcome.
tell her not to start talking about Fernando Alonso possibility of winning. Then we sure will be fine.
I will. It's called. I understand what you go through, Josh, because I have a younger brother too, so I get it. I completely get it. I understand. So
I mean,
like I said,
Megan was always going to be the last sibling, so she's the youngest one. But she's always said I never wanted a sibling because I don't think she could take not being the centre of attention. She's just fun.
Yeah.
I would go
We've
give her a
got
hug after this, but she's
A yellow
ill.
at our favourite place.
And it's got green. Okay, so that's down at. Here it is on the circuit. It's down at Mulsanne. I can't tell. It's a flashing of light. I think it is a Corvette by the judging of my eyes. I'm double checking. I think it is a Corvette. Oh, I think I've got that one right. Can't tell though because they didn't see me shots. But yeah. Megan's lost her. I don't want to lose my voice, so I'm just trying to say. Mum was coughing. When she was helping me earlier on, she was coughing, so I sort of spun her around and said, no, you're not coughing near me. Go away. Check her flags out, but we've got a few minutes. Jess has asked, favourite Le Mans driver? Question for you all as well. My favourite Le Mans driver of all time has to be Alan McNish. Really loved Alan McNish. Second favourite Le Mans driver of all time, might surprise you, Martin Brundle. In that Jaguar
that's a good one.
XJR. Fantastic victory back in 1990 at Le Mans. And definitely a fantastic Le Mans driver. So Alan McNish and Martin Brundle are mine. Adam, who's your favourite Le Mans driver in history?
Man. Yes, that's a good question. I mean,
Really
Alan
good.
McNish is one of my favorites. I like Tom Christensen, Ron Fellows, driving for Corvette was always one of my favorite drivers. Man, there's so many choices. So I'm going to say Alan McNish, Tom Christensen, and Ron Fellows.
That's a good one as well. I'm going to add, just because he's a wonderful man who was very kind and stopped me talking in Silverstone in 2018 as well. I'm going to go as well to say as well, my favourite actor turned racing driver is Patrick Dempsey.
Yes, that's a good one. Nice.
The most-
The
most
yes.
amazing smelling man I've ever stood next to. His cologne was unbelievably good. It was instantly. I was in the car. I was just literally. I had a microphone in my hand as well and an iPad, and I was just standing there watching the race, and then I was going. We just talked for 5 minutes as well, and he was like, "It's Patrick Dempsey," because we're in the Dempsey Putting Garage. He was like, "It's Patrick Dempsey." It's like he was going around in my head, just talking to Patrick Dempsey. No worries. Oh god, I miss it. Good stuff. My friend though, who went there, Will. He got into the Ford garage, the Ford GT40 garage, and he was in the private area as well. We had access; we could go in the paddock area, but he was in the VIP area watching the race, and he went there with jeans and a black T-shirt and sort of 1970s Ray-Ban glasses, and he got in. Unbelievable. Good choice, guys, says Jess. There's McNish, of course, and Jensen Button. Yes, Button is in.
Jensen Button. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, it's called, I can go back to the days of Jackie Ickx and
Yes.
of course, Phil Hill and
Derek
Juan
Bell.
Manuel Fangio. I mean, all those. I mean, you think, there's so many good drivers that have competed in this race.
Ken
Over
Miles.
the years, ooh.
Gotta say Ken Miles, haven't we? It still frustrates me to this day that he never won Le Mans, but he did win Le Mans. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Dissimilate says, speak of an
I
actor
can
turned driver.
remember.
Go on.
I can remember drivers like Jeff Brabham, who competed in the old IMSA series, won one with Fangio the second. I believe Davy Jones is competing in this race. I even believe that Mario Andretti has competed in the 24 Hours of Le Mans in the
I think he
past.
has,
So,
yeah.
I mean, I believe AJ Foyt has competed too. So, I mean, there's so many outstanding drivers from all forms of motorsports who have competed in this race of years. The parity is unbelievable.
There's so many. I think we've got Le Mans is the only race in the world where every single driver comes to compete. IndyCar, only a select few try. Daytona 24 is sort of like the IMSA package. WEC at Le Mans, everybody tries it. Everybody comes and does it. I think it's the true great parity. We have Race of Champions. Le Mans proves everybody to who's faster and who's not. It's a great experience. That's why I love covering it.
Yep.
I'd also love to cover WEC more on the channel, like the whole season of WEC, but they are insanely long. So we only at the moment do the 24-hour Le Mans, and I love it every single time. But yeah, we'll get it sorted. Dissimulate says, Josh, you know Frankie Muniz as well from Malcolm in the Middle now drives in the ARCA series. He does, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So, and I believe he's leading, and I believe he is leading the point standing over there right now. So,
oh wow!
I mean, you think about drivers like Patrick Dempsey who have competed, Frankie Muniz. I mean, I think we all can remember when Tom Cruise, was in Days of Thunder. I mean, I believe. So I mean, there's been some actors who have driven motorsports in the past and now. I mean, I think it's pretty cool to see, drivers from, celebrities competing. We all know about Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Paul Newman loved to race no matter what series it was. He was outstanding, in his day as well.
2 films you've got to watch coming into Le Mans. Le Mans 66 and the original Le Mans film as well. And that is all available online as well. So you've got to see it as well. Now, coming into this one, the session's concluded. Ferrari 51A, of course, was top of the session, but not many people went out and did proper runs. In fact, 2 Toyotas weren't that great either. 6th for Toyota number 7 as well. Toyota number 8, I don't think the set time is 14th overall in the combined times. So, coming into this final sort of warm we've got coming on Saturday. Tomorrow's just washed out. Saturday's coming next. We're going to be in for something completely unknown because the rain's going to come. First time we're going to run in the rain. So, prediction... Will the race start normally, or are we going to have a boring one and start behind the safety car, which we've had, I think, back in 21? Because I don't know.
That's a good one. I think we'll, if it's a light rain, they'll start normally. If it's heavy rain, they'll start behind the safety car.
Good prediction. Let's have a look. Dissimulate says, here is my prediction. So he's getting it in as well. So let's go around the room and say what you've enjoyed about... the 24 is going to be awesome in the rain. I agree. Dissimulate, I agree.
Yes.
Le Mans has gone off there on Eurosport. That was predictable as well. So coming to you then, Adam. What have you made of today in Practice 3 qualifying and Practice 4?
Ferrari has looked solid. They had an outstanding lap to get the pole, but now it's time to start the transition over to the full 24 hours race. So we'll see how they do for the entire twice around the clock endurance classic. It always looks good, so they'll be in contention. And I want to see how the Porsche Penske team does, and even Cadillac. The Cadillacs look really strong too. So that hypercar class, well, that's going to be an incredible battle all the way to the end.
Super is as well. Josh, what have you made of today and going into tomorrow as well?
Well, I am tired. I am ready to sleep. I've got a busy day in Portsmouth tomorrow around the
very
historic
nice.
dockyards, which is cool. So yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a good 2 practice sessions on Hyperpole. We now know the grid for the 100th Le Mans 24.
On the
But,
91st edition, 100th year celebration. Yeah,
Yes, 100th year. Yeah, 100th year celebration. So
Damn World
yeah,
War II.
on to warm up, and then the 24.
Yeah, damn World War II taking us for 5, or all 6, wasn't it? And then also we had, no, 5. 1939 happened. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 didn't happen. 46 and 47 didn't happen. We came back in 1949, I believe. Omi as well, back there as well, as we get ready. What are you making of your first Le Mans 24 hours? If your mic is working to hear us.
I've enjoyed it, and I'm enjoying it more because of Ferrari. So
Yes.
yeah, really all I can say. But I'm looking forward to the 24 hours, so that's gonna be great as well.
Well, thanks, guys. We will be back then. Tomorrow, we've got MotoGP's first and second practice coming to you as well. And then on Saturday, it all begins. In the morning, we've got MotoGP's third practice and the qualifying session, followed then by the sprint. Then we've also got World Endurance's warm-up session. We've got the opener for the Moto E race as well. And also, we're going to have at 2:45 p.m., all the action to kick off. It's the 24 hours of Le Mans. The next time we're back, will be race day. And we'll all be getting up, hopefully early, and hopefully being okay. Basically, tomorrow, it's early to bed. Have a very enjoyable rest of your day wherever you are in the world. We will see you on race day for the 100th celebration, 91st edition of the 24 Hours Hertz Le Mans. See you later. Bye-bye.